Esther are like ganging up on my sister because she likes just simple and plain. So we're trying to convince her to do glitter. Something as simple as glitter. No, no, no glitter. I want it all
Capricorn,
plain,
hold on one second.
clear. She wanted like
Oh my
clear
gosh.
nails. No.
Girl, you
I can see it. I
excited.
can see with the baby pink. But you
Oh,
got like
that's a good omen, I think.
get out of here, sis. Get out of here. So we're
Get
like
out of
hanging
here.
up on
Get
her.
out of here.
Come on.
All right.
Let's just do.
Oh my goodness, I forgot I had that open. Okay. Now we're ready. Okay. This is your very late, but not the least is the one I want to say. Last but not least. No, you're not last. But you were the last of the chunk that I just didn't get to of the readings for the 2023 yearly readings. So we're gonna do it. I've already called them my ancestors, my guides, my spirits to be present. I've laid out the cards. And here we go. So we're starting with March, okay? So in March, we have the moon and the Four of Pentacles. Now, the moon can be anything to do with our subconscious mind. It can be emotions that we're kind of, with the Four of Pentacles, it's like we're holding on to something. Or not letting, we don't want to let go of some sort of secret as well. So it could be holding a secret close to your heart. This could have to do with the mother, because the moon does represent the mother. It can have to do with holding on to subconscious, deep emotional baggage as well, things that we need to let go of. But very interesting that it's also psyche. It's your psyche. It's your not only is it psyche, it's your psychic sense, right? So we might be holding stubborn to something in the mundane world that we're needing to use our intuition more about, in terms of knowing what to let go of and what to get that flow. Or we might also be holding ourselves back in some way or regard, in regards to like being able to move through any psychological blockages, subconscious blockages that might be affecting our material world or the flow in our material world in March. There might be something that you're keeping very secret and close to you during this time as well. Maybe some kind of financial project or plan that you're keeping under wraps at this time, not wanting to share with everybody else, being very private about your finances in March. In April, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, I see it being kind of a stagnant period in terms of maybe an art form, some way of emotionally expressing yourself, maybe feeling stuck in regards to making a move in a romantic sense. Also, you might be feeling like there isn't much going on in terms of the love life. You might find yourself staying in more and watching some romantic movies or movies that make you feel artistically inspired. Okay. This is also needed time out to get creative and really get. This could be a creative project that you've started doing behind the scenes, and that you're kind of, it's your baby. It's kind of like what you've been you're really holding dear right now. So it could be that that's what's starting in March and going through into April of this year. Now in May, we have the Eight of Wands and we have the King of Swords. Now, Eight of Wands is fast incoming communication with multiple different people or different organizations, having to do with the King of Swords. I would say that it would be something almost clerical, like maybe you're writing something, maybe you've been working on some kind of poetry or some kind of book or some kind of it has to do with like intellect and thought. So and having the creative elements that that come in prior. Maybe your intuition is also involved in this in some kind of way, where you're channeling some sort of really creative and intellectual material of some kind. This is somebody who's mastered their word, has mastered their thoughts, and there might be a lot of intellectual stimulation going on in May for you. In June, I see getting excited about some sort of dreamy kind of. It's tying in with the moon over here and the Hanged Man. News in regards to some sort of ideal that you've had, some sort of opportunity to express yourself in regards to what you fantasize about. This could have been a dream since you were a child, to be able to kind of experience this. This could have something to do with film. It could have something to do with any kind of illusionary arts as well. There's news, however, about some sort of illusion, and this being the illusion card, and this is also a card of illusion, so there's almost a perspective in the first quarter of the zodiac year where you're taking time to look at something again from a different perspective. It's almost as if that you've painted something and you're taking a step back to see what you're getting from it in an abstract way, not just the finer details. It's more of the bigger picture versus the smaller picture, the macro versus the micro. And you could be getting excited about maybe where the potential of this dream or these dreams is going, or could go. It seems like you're being a little more realistic in June than in May than you are in June, but there's a lot of communication and information or ideas coming in that are leading you to feel a little bit more dreamy about, like, thinking about loftier, getting a little bit loftier in your scope of what the future could bring from whatever you've been working on in the first quarter of the year. In July, we have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. Some sort of news regarding a new love or a new blessing that comes into your life. This could be having to do with a child expressing themselves or communicating with you about how much they love you. This could have, because I do have two cards that represent children here. This could be news of a child that's going to be born as well. There's some fantasy kind of play here, imaginative. It's very imaginative play. Um, like you're getting your childlike wonder back, and you're thinking in a way that you used to when you were much younger, in terms of a creative endeavor, or having fun, and maybe you find something that really sparks you and lights you up from the inside. In August, we're getting formalities taken care of in terms of some sort of spiritual or healing. You might seek a healing professional in August, or you might go to an astrologer, somebody who, or you might be learning astrology as well. The star is that point that we get to after we've experienced kind of destruction in our lives, a leveling of something that we thought was stable and secure that is no more. And it is the faith to rebalance ourselves, our spiritual self, and our physical world, and our faith and our hope for the future, right? Because it's the Aquarius card. So an Aquarius could have something to do with August for you. Could be a marriage. Could be talking about having children. Excuse me. Okay. Maybe there, at one point, there was some sort of third party intervened in a situation that caused kind of an argument, and maybe there was some jealousy over some kind of new found blessing that came into your life, and other people may have intervened in some sort of way. Because I do see, even though we have the healing card, and we have this kind of collaboration or a showcasing of what we've dreamed of, our dream formality, really, our dream collab. I see that in August, August is seemingly good, but then in September, we have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is, not always the most pleasant feeling card. It's feeling that sharpness of life sometimes. You get the sting, right? Every now and then life stings. And the Three of Swords is that reminder of the mental stinging that we have from a heartbreak, an emotional stinging. And then there's the Three of Wands. So there's planning for the future, looking to get more stable in terms of something that we're dealing with in our life. So maybe you were looking for a collab of some sort, or some sort of healing was needed in your life, and this could have been from you might be planning a surgery as well that is going to be helping you heal something having to do with your body. There is a third party involved, though, so maybe you're looking for another opinion as well, in terms of this situation, and maybe that's been troubling you. the planning process. You're just looking for to create that stable homeostasis again. And it seems like even though you'll be recovering from heartbreak or recovering from some physical trial with your health, there's a looking to the future and getting ready for that stability to come back in again. And it seems it does, because September is beautiful. In September, there is a completion of a major cycle in your life. And with that major cycle ending, there is a whole new beginning starting in that area of life for you. And it seems like you're going at it more in a solid and stable financial way. And it's also, you might be going solo instead of collaborating with somebody, or you might be getting a new pet as well, because I see a lot of animals around this woman. There's independence with the Nine of Pentacles, and she values what she's built and is enjoying it. She's kind of basking in her beautiful garden that she's built. She's established herself enough to have nice clothes, and she has her pet, which she can afford to feed from the garden, or you know, she's gotten enough money to be able to give a little bit back to the animals around her pets. If there was a relationship of any kind that broke up, I see that in what the plans were, the heartbreak of making plans for the future, right? Maybe plans with somebody else didn't go exactly how was expected to go. And so you end up having to be a little bit more independent in your approach to accomplishing whatever goal you were working on. And now you have achieved that goal and are able to enjoy your the product of your labor. Okay. In November, we just talked about October. October is the month of abundance for you and completing big projects. In November, however, we have a major ending as well. That's been a trying kind of situation, and we have a move. So there is some sort of big disappointment that comes in. Maybe you are dreaming of a collaboration with somebody, or to make something work with somebody, or make formalities with a situation, and there's a heartbreak, there's a disappointment, there's sadness that comes in with, you know, the planning process. Something doesn't go exactly the way you might have wanted it to go, or the whole situation was hoping for, you know, a better outcome, and it just, you know, the paths are crossed here and we're going in different directions or something. So this could have to do with a work collab. This could have to do with a relationship. I do see here that I don't see arguing so much as maybe the month before this dream collab comes in. It may be that you get communication that someone else is upset about something new that you're starting. Like I said about that jealousy thing, it's a little bit of an immature energy. Like they want to knock it out of your hand. Like, why do you get this? Or why, you know, they might feel like you're progressing maybe in a new way that they are not ready to do yet. Or there is some sort of maybe subconscious emotional issue that's causing a little bit of an argument, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad. I don't see like heavy arguments or anything like that. I just see maybe some kind of dream collab or dream formality, a dream job, and there being, you know, you're looking to the future, and maybe that's where the road ends with some sort of previous dream, or just there's a third party, meaning like there is a third involvement of some kind that makes things kind of complicated. I'll say that it's a complicated kind of thing where you're at a crossroads, and it's kind of causing you some emotional strife. But I think it's maybe a little bit of a sacrifice as well. Maybe that's what you didn't want to have to sacrifice something in order to gain something else. But it seems like you have to make a tough decision, because it's a head-heart decision, really, when it comes to the Three of Swords. And something's going to give. Something's going to give. There's going to be emotions involved in this. And with the Moon card and the teardrops falling from the moon, the morning dew is coming up, or it's raining. It's a rainy night and the moon's out, and things aren't clear. You may get clear about where you're going, and that might cause some heartbreak in some sort of situation. Like you realize, like, oh hey, I really want to do this for a job, and you work with coworkers now, and you find your dream job, and then you've built relationships with these people, and then you leave, and sometimes people are a little bit butthurt about it, or they're not always happy for you when you move up, and because people kind of get threatened by our progress sometimes, unfortunately. And maybe it's just the heartbreak of realizing, like, oh well, something is ending, and this relationship is now not as easygoing as it was before, or this workplace, this work buddy or whatever. But I see coming out independent, more financially stable than you've been in a long time, because you're jumping from the Three of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, and in between that is the Five, right? So 3 and 5 is 8. 4 and 3 is 7. 3 and 6 is, so the 6 of Pentacles is a giving and receiving. Maybe you weren't getting enough from this place of employment or something, and you end up deciding to go solo and do your own thing and your own business or something, and it might cause a little bit of heartache to not see the people that you used to see, or if you're moving, for instance, you're moving abroad as well, because you can see with the World card is international travel and stuff. So it could be that you might be moving to another country by yourself and leaving friends, family, roommates, boyfriends, girlfriends behind, because you have a new opportunity. It's like a dream that you can't turn down. So there's planning for the future that's bittersweet is what's coming through for me. But major attainment, major success, a fated change to be independent and be prosperous. And then November rolls around, and there's just this painful kind of backstabbing, maybe. There's something that's just dead and gone in your life. There's something that was just a struggle, and it was horrible, and you just can't keep going through it anymore. That might be what the heartbreak is like knowing, like, I can't stay at this job anymore. It's, I love the people I work with, but it just, I keep getting passed up for a promotion, or I'm not making enough money to survive, and it's just been disappointment after disappointment after backstab after betrayal in terms of you getting what you need out of the situation. And then I see a move. So something ends, and towards the end of the year in November, and you take what you can with you, and the lessons that you've learned, and move to the future, hoping for calmer waters and a less stressful and trying time. Now, in December, I see lots of celebrations going on, which, of course, we always have celebrations in December. But I see there being some sort of finally getting that third or that fourth wand. Because here we have your plans aren't working out maybe the way you thought they would, and you're feeling a little heartbroken about it, you know? You're looking for the last bit of your dream to make your dream a reality, a success. I see you getting that new home here, if that's what you're looking for. Because this is the home card. And I see the Emperor being here in December. Reminds me of Santa Claus too. It's like it's very jolly December for you. And you might be the one who's kind of calling the shots in the home in this time. So maybe in the past you've kind of been codependent on other people, because there's three people here. You know, there's a need for someone else in order to make our dreams fulfilled, right? And that kind of mentality has caused some kind of strife, or with the planning of how things are going, or the way you see things going in your future, right? What you're looking for. And there's a turn of the wheel, and you find yourself finally getting on top of your finances and being in control of your destiny. And an ending that leads to a move in some regard. We might have, upgraded so much that we don't fit the old life that we had. And so we're starting to move forward, and we get a new home. And the Emperor can be somebody who's in charge. So a landlord, it can be a father figure. The Ten of Swords can be a painful event or a surgery even. And the Six of Swords is a needing to move forward, a wanting to move out of the troubles of the past and into, the future. So you may actually end up going to visit somebody after they have surgery. Could have to do with the family. It could be a father figure in the family. This can also be a celebration, so it can be a birthday. It can be just the regular holidays. It can be a wedding. The Emperor is the guy who calls the shots. He's the Aries, right? And this is a very spring kind of card with all the flowers and everything. So it seems like even though it'll be the middle or beginning of winter, that the spring of your life will kind of be, you'll be getting in control of your life more. You'll be able to celebrate that in December. In January of 2024, you might have a sudden idea that ends up being quite the blessing, in terms of some emotional concept, some gift. You might meet somebody new in January that changes everything, that kind of levels your life in the way you thought it was. Let me see. It's so funny that I think that you're getting in control of your domain. You're getting um, you're kind of ruling over your domicile, right? In December, you're celebrating the achievements of getting responsible in some sort of way. You're getting new responsibilities. You're celebrating new responsibilities, um, and then there's this something comes out of left field in January that might rock the boat that you know, the really enjoyable previous month. It seems like although you've been through quite a bit from this period through here, um, it's like a roller coaster. It's like down, up, down, up. So it could be a little rocky, Capricorn. I'm not going to lie about that. Um, Somebody could have started a family and then kind of all of a sudden is getting really anxious about how they represent themselves in a situation. Your confidence could be, you know, could be tried. In regards to something. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is flamboyantly herself. She's very self-expressive, and she does it in a way that is kind of, you know, she wears herself. You know, she represents herself. She's confident. She knows her value, and isn't afraid to talk about it. She's got a lot of vitality, and it could be that whatever has been ailing you, if it has been something to do with your health, you're stressed about maybe not, maybe something comes in and leaves you kind of feeling kind of bored. You might be a little bit laid up with a cold or something during that time. There's also it could be love comes in for you as well. And that's like the sudden shock. Like you finally got solid in your solitude, making everything work, and then there's something that kind of throws a monkey wrench in, and it's like, hey, and you may be a little stressed about maybe how you express yourself to the world. Maybe you're worried about the clothes you wear. You're worried about that it's not enough. Um, the Queen of Wands typically doesn't worry about those things. She knows that she's got it down. She's usually very fashionable and, you know, very confident. But I see there being like a stressor. There's something that your anxiety might be trying to test you in. This also could be like working on your confidence. I feel like the Four of Cups is like the daydream card. And this is like the nightmare card, right? So it might be like a little bit of a heads up to really get in control of your thoughts. Get in control of your thoughts and make sure you're staying as positive about any kind of irritating situations as you can. Whether that be a positive thing that comes into your life that maybe you're just stressing yourself out about for some reason. Maybe the responsibility is starting to get to you in terms of being in control of your situation finally over time. Maybe it's almost, these two cards are so opposite each other that I feel like during your day-to-day life you'll be acting very confident and expressing yourself in a way that people would never know that at night that you really worry about these things. You might meet somebody around this time, a new friend that you swear has got it all together, but deep down that person still worries about what other people think about them. um, hmm. Confidence and stress. Excited about dreams. This is another thing. There's a lot to do with dreaming here. I've got the moon. I've got the Seven of Cups. I've got the Four of Cups. And I've got the Nine of Swords. The only thing I'm missing is the Four of Swords. An illusion of confidence as well. Confusion whether or not to let go of something. An illusion that everything is yours for the taking, or that there are secrets involved in that you're holding close to yourself about something that you are new to start in. A childhood dream of yours, maybe. This also could have to do with mental health with the moon there. And with this opposite. Okay, so now we're getting down to it. There is maybe some sort of, and please Capricorn, if this doesn't resonate, then don't hold it and stress over it. But for some of you, maybe there's some sort of mental kind of stressor of some kind, whether it's a mental health issue that's causing you to restrict yourself from something. You might be restricting yourself from, I mean, there's, sorry, my kitty is snoring over here. She's so cute. There's some sort of restriction going on, and it could be self-imposed. It could be that you are, for example, we'll just say example, somebody who is a collector of things, who's hoarding things, okay? There's also a restricting of maybe going out, um, maybe like holding on to your position as well. So not wanting to leave the house, um, being afraid of making decisions, um, being distracted by multiple things. This could also have to do with drinking as well, because we do have the Hangman and the Page of Cups in the same position. And getting help and healing and celebrating that towards the end of the year. Those of you who have entered any program, any therapeutic program of any kind, or going to a therapist or counselor, I see like great healing from that. That comes mid-year, and although there's some heartache and rocky bumps in the road here, I feel like your best months are August and in December. Those are the August, September, and October. So August, October, and December are going to be great months for you. You're going to get a lot done. You're going to feel like you're moving forward in some way. You're healing in some way. You're accomplishing things. You're ending a negative cycle. Maybe it's about so this is about dependency on someone, on something, and something that you would be already aware of. You would be keeping it secret. Maybe you're keeping it's in your subconscious or unconscious mind, but you are aware that you're holding on to something or doing something that's maybe not the best for you, and you are going to get clear about that. You're going to take the actions that you need to take in order to maybe clear away some of the confusion or the delusion or illusions that you've been kind of misinformed about. It could be misinformation as well. I did say that this guy is like hitting the drink out of the hand, right? Hitting the ball out of the park here. So there's some sort of healing. I do see there could be some sort of addiction. If that's what you're dealing with, I do not have the devil card though. And I usually like to have the devil card around the surrounding cards. I'm going to flip the Hermit over. And the Page of Cups again. This could also be about being alone too much. We have a card of independence, which is a card of solitude. We have another card of solitude. I have so there's like something not wanting to let go of. Feeling stuck and being like psychologically caught up in that in some way. Holding on to the status quo, but psychologically not willing to make or get out of it's a rut. It's like a mental rut. It could be depression. It could be depression. It could be that you're holding on to your own time, your own energy, because you're trying to heal yourself from some sort of stagnation in your life. And maybe the King of Swords is somebody you start to talk to about it, and talk about, these things that have been, these ideas, these fantasies, you tell them your hopes, dreams, wishes, and fears here. Could be therapy. Also, maybe you get serious about um, something to do with some drinking, or some, maybe it's emotional. Um, there's emotional intelligence gained as well in a situation. A collab that leads to healing. Being able to display a milestone. This is a formality too. So formal healing. Surgery could be possible, but this could have to do with a broken heart and looking to the future. Looking for somebody to help you in terms of getting the help you need so that you can feel confident on your own and be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish on your own. So there's like being codependent on something that emotionally you have gotten too comfortable in, and then learning to let go of that. And then there's a new friend or an offer of an emotional kind of offering up. A new friend you meet while you're on your journey alone. Yeah, the Hermit's a solo guy as well. And this friend seems like it's a balanced situation. So you're looking for this emotional balance, homeostasis within shared relationships. It's like you're finding yourself, like a dark night of the soul. You kept a secret for a long time, and you finally meet somebody that you can talk to about it this year. Major accomplishments in October. It's like a rebirth in October. Financial and spiritual rebirth. Whatever you do go through towards the end of the year that comes in, I mean, there's a new friend coming in for you, I think. Somebody that you're going to be able to relate to a little more, or maybe be able to feel confident expressing yourself at your most vulnerable. Capricorn, I hope this has been helpful in some sort of way. I do think that there'll be something that might keep you up a few nights here and there. A secret that may be a burden on you. And if this doesn't resonate at all, then it's not your reading. But there is some sort of finding who you are, finding a new home, a new place to be after things get a little bit rocky. They start to mellow out, and you get in control of, you take the initiative with something to do with the family, or there was a long time waiting for something to come in that would meet you in the emotional sphere that you could reciprocate. Maybe you always held back in terms of relationships, and now you're finally healing and coming together with somebody in a formal way, and there's a celebration. So this could be marriage. I don't see the justice card anywhere, so I'm not going to say it's a marriage, but there is some sort of authority figure overlooking or overseeing a happy celebratory kind of milestone. Your best months will be October and December. I think that those will be the best. I think it will be bittersweet, maybe a few months out of the year. You might be confused as to why you hold on to things, what you've been holding on to, but it will get clearer. You'll get the help that you need to find out what's going on with you on that deeper level. And if this doesn't really have to do with you, it could be that you were keeping secrets to yourself in order to sacrifice emotionally coming off abrasive. And then you created some sort of fantasy world or fantasy, idealistic thing that you could kind of, it's a learning to love as well. So there's a learning to love and meeting of the minds, or meeting of material resources that from other people, collaboration. It's also a display of healing, a display of your dreams, showing other people your dreams in a formal way. The star card's dreams too. I didn't even think about that. Star card is a dream. If you are going to be having any kind of psychic astral projections, or if you've tried to do that, I see that being something that you that may actually happen to you when you least expect it. Like you try and then it happens. You're conquering your fears. That's what's happening. At the end of the year, you will conquer a fear that you've had. The moon is fears as well. It's fear of the unknown and holding on, the Four of Pentacles, holding on to what you got. Something you've been holding on to at the beginning of the year that you've been afraid to let go of. By the end of the year, you conquer your fears and you let go of it. You're confident about the decision that you make, even if it seems like it's kind of, it stresses you out to make that decision. You're gonna be making some good money though in this year. You're gonna be making some good money, and you're going to be celebrating getting in control of some sort of aspect of your life that you may not have had too much control over before. You didn't feel like you did. And you'll be making a couple new friends this year, I think. All right, Capricorn, I'm so happy that we finally got to do this. I am so sorry that this is this late. I've been working on some other things I've gotten going behind the scenes, and I've just been super distracted, and I didn't want to not give all of myself to the reading, and so I had to downsize it. Then, other than the normal astral wheels, it just needed a little more of a break to be able to be caught up in everything. Life. Yeah. Anyway, have a great one, and you look like you're gonna have a great year. So take care. Bye bye.